So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Carrasco Ranch. My name is Robert. If this is your first time tuning in. So in this video, we're going to talk about some good places to look for turkeys. Where, if you're a new turkey hunter, where are you going to go and look for turkeys? Where is their habitat? Or where's your best shot opportunity at, or even looking at a turkey? So that's what we're going to go into. Right now, we still got about 2 weeks left in the spring turkey season. When I'm posting this video, it'll probably be like a week left or so, but right now when I'm making this video, we've got 2 weeks left in the spring turkey season. So I'm going to turn the camera around and then I'll be talking and kind of pointing things out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, so here we are. We're on the property. And so what we got here, we got a lot of cover. Well, I guess a lot of overhead cover, like an umbrella cover here. And we got like a little creek bed. It's not really a creek bed. It's more of a runoff. So it runs off from my tank. But for lack of a better word, we'll just call it like a little creek bed. You can see right there. You can tell because, you know, the grass is really green, trees are really tall. So when you're looking for places to find turkeys, one of the places you're going to look for is creek beds, river beds, anywhere there's water. The reason is because usually where there's water, there's a lot more vegetation. Being a lot more vegetation, you're going to have taller trees, more mature trees. I'll point to one right now, and I hope she's keeping you entertained here. But yeah, so like this tree right here. Big, beautiful tree. And then you got more down here, and then you got more on the other side going around that way. You can't see them from here, but yeah, you got those there. And then, of course, they have to copy each other here. Yeah, you got another one here. You got another one here. All of this stuff is perfect roosting trees for the turkeys, especially this one. In the mornings, you will find these turkeys just roosting in this area. So yeah, anywhere there's water, you know, the trees are going to grow bigger. They're going to grow faster. They're just going to be taller. They're going to be just better roosting areas for the turkeys. So you can set up, you know, in and around the roosting area and just wait for them to come down early in the mornings. The next thing is they like to come in here because there's a lot of vegetation, there's a lot of bugs, berries, things like that. Anywhere there's water, there's always going to be more life around it. There's just, just life, everything needs water. The next thing is, like I said, it looks like a little mini creek bed, but it's just runoff, but it creates like a little tunnel here, a little tunnel, funnel, whatever you want to call it. And it's all covered, it's all shaded. It provides cover for these animals, for the birds, to be able to trot in here and go to wherever they need to go and kind of be a little more undetected versus walking across an open field or something where they don't have as much protection and they're more exposed. Not only from, predators and things like that, but from the elements, Mother Nature's always going to take the path of least resistance. If they're walking in the sun, it's going to take more of a beating on the animals versus walking in the shade, walking through, some cooler areas versus walking in a hot, arid, open space, So the next one is going to be water, but like it could be a tank, it could be a river, it could be a creek, it could be a lake, whatever water source you have. Sometimes here in South Texas, there may be just open tanks where they don't actually have any type of cover or any types of trees growing on them. But you can tell right here, we got water, another good spot to find turkeys because, they need to drink water, especially once things get a little more humid, temperatures start to rise, everything needs water to drink. So water is another good place to locate and find these birds. All right, guys, so the final two spots I'm going to talk about right now is going to be an open field, preferably. So the reason I do like open fields is because they just give you better shot opportunities as far as angles, or as far as space. You have more space to shoot versus the other area we were just at. There's less space, but there is more cover to hide yourself. So kind of personal preference, but yes, here I will catch them here sometimes in the field pecking at whatever bugs are in the ground or in the grasses. Typically I find them from noon on to the afternoon. I typically don't find them in the mornings. I find them over there by the water sources in the mornings. But I don't know if it's like that for every area. Maybe it's vice versa for some people. But yeah, just again, depending on your type of terrain, you may find fields are better for you. You might find water's better for you. But I do know that they will come out here and feed in the fields. And I know that you can also find them in the closer to the water sources. The last one I'm going to talk about is a feeder. So I have a feeder. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right somewhere back in here. Right in there, I think. So I just decided to walk over here. So there's a feeder right here, but then you have some open space over here that's I would consider a small field. But yeah, so sometimes you can find them by the feeders. Again, just depends on how much rain you have received, and if there's a lot of vegetation, typically the turkeys will not be so abundant close to that feeder because there's a lot of food in nature. But if you have like really dry years, I know when we have like super dry years, they'll always be at the feeders because there's just not a lot of food available for them naturally. So yeah, keep that in mind as well. But like I said, fields and water sources are probably the two that I would consider. And I like the fields only because they offer just more room to shoot versus over there. But again, personal preference, where do you want to be? And like I said, for me personally, I find that they are closer to the water in the mornings versus, you know, in the afternoons. They're usually typically closer over here, mornings closer to the water or where their roosting area is at. But yeah, guys, hope you found that informational, quick little short video on, you know, kind of where you can where and how you can find turkeys. It comes down to personal preference and the turkeys in your area. Maybe it's vice versa. Maybe they like fields in the morning and water in the evenings. But yeah, so without further ado, guys, appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.